There's a moment, maybe you felt it, when you're sitting in complete silence, and suddenly you become aware of this subtle electric hum running through your body. Not the air conditioning, not the traffic outside. Something deeper. Something that feels like it's been there your whole life, waiting for you to notice. Most people dismiss it. But what if I told you that hum is the sound of your soul trying to remember its original song? You see, there's something they never taught you in school, something that would have changed everything if you'd known it earlier. You didn't come into this world as a blank slate. You came as a perfectly tuned instrument, calibrated to a frequency so pure, so powerful, that it could literally reshape reality around you. But somewhere along the way, someone, or something, deliberately knocked you out of tune. Right now, as you're listening to this, pay attention to what's happening in your body. Notice the subtle tension in your shoulders, the way your jaw might be slightly clenched. The feeling, almost like a low-grade fever, that something is just off. That invisible weight pressing down on your chest, making each breath feel like you're breathing through cotton. This isn't anxiety. This isn't stress. This is the sound of a divine instrument being forced to play in the wrong key. I call this the slave frequency, and it's not a metaphor. It's a measurable physical phenomenon. When you're locked into this frequency, your body exists in a state of perpetual winter. Your cells contract. Your heart rhythm becomes chaotic. Your brain waves flatten into the monotonous drone of survival mode. But here's what's truly sinister. This frequency is self-perpetuating. When you vibrate at the level of fear, the universe, which is nothing more than a vast field of responsive energy, mirrors that fear back to you. The difficult boss, the traffic jam that makes you late, the unexpected bill, the argument with your partner. These aren't random events. They're your frequency made manifest. You become a walking radio station broadcasting defeat, and reality tunes in with perfect reception. This isn't accidental. This is the result of what I can only describe as a systematic detuning of human consciousness. For centuries, we've been conditioned to believe we're separate from the universe, powerless observers in a random cosmos. We've been taught that matter is solid, that consciousness is just brain chemistry, that the idea of influencing reality with our thoughts is pure fantasy. But one man saw through this illusion so clearly that they had to silence him. His name was Nikola Tesla, and he understood something that would have liberated humanity if they'd let him share it fully. Tesla didn't just invent the modern electric grid, he discovered that the entire universe operates on what he called the principle of resonance. Everything, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, is vibrating at specific frequencies. And here's the key. Those frequencies can be influenced, modulated, and harmonized. Tesla once said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. But he went further. He understood that human consciousness wasn't producing thoughts, it was receiving them. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. Think about what that means. Your thoughts aren't randomly generated by your brain. They're broadcasts from a cosmic transmitter, and you're the antenna. The question is, what station are you tuned into? Tesla's vision went far beyond technology. He dreamed of a world where every human being could access what he called the terrestrial stationary waves, the planet's own electromagnetic heartbeat. He believed that by harmonizing with these natural frequencies, humanity could transcend its limitations and step into a new evolutionary phase. But on January 7, 1943, Tesla died alone in a New York hotel room. Within hours, the FBI seized his papers. The official story? They contained nothing of immediate value. Yet those documents have remained classified for over 80 years. What could an elderly inventor have known that still threatens the established order today? The answer lies in understanding that Tesla wasn't the first to discover these principles. He was remembering them. Travel back with me to ancient Egypt, where the priests understood something we've forgotten. The Great Pyramid isn't just a tomb. It's a precision-engineered resonance chamber. The King's Chamber was designed to amplify specific frequencies, creating what acousticist John Stuart Reid calls a cathedral of sound. The Egyptian priests practiced something called toning, using their voices to create specific frequencies that could induce altered states of consciousness. They knew that certain vowel sounds, when chanted with proper breath control, could literally restructure the molecular composition of water. And since the human body is over 70% water, imagine the implications. But Egypt wasn't unique. In the Vedic traditions of ancient India, the entire cosmos was understood to be the result of primordial sound. The Mandukya Upanishad states that Om isn't just a word, it's the vibrational signature of creation itself. Modern neuroscience has confirmed what the ancients knew. Chanting Om synchronizes brainwaves, increases alpha activity, and creates a state of coherent consciousness. In Tibet, monks spent lifetimes perfecting the art of sound healing. They discovered that certain frequencies could dissolve emotional blockages, heal physical ailments, and even extend lifespan. The Tibetan singing bowls aren't just instruments, they're precisely tuned to the frequency of healthy human cells. Even in ancient Greece, Pythagoras taught that the entire universe was constructed according to musical principles. He called it the music of the spheres. The idea that planets, stars, and galaxies all vibrate at specific frequencies, creating a cosmic symphony that conscious beings could learn to harmonize with. But here's where it gets truly fascinating. All of these ancient traditions were obsessed with a particular frequency, 432 Hertz. They believed this was the frequency of the Earth itself, the vibrational signature of natural harmony. Today, our entire musical system is tuned to 440 Hertz, a frequency that some researchers believe creates subtle anxiety and disconnection. Coincidence or deliberate detuning? Now, before you dismiss this as ancient superstition, consider what modern science is discovering. Dr. Masaru Emoto's water experiments revealed that conscious intention can literally restructure matter at the molecular level. Positive intentions create beautiful, symmetrical crystals. Negative intentions create chaotic, fragmented structures. But Dr. Emoto's work is just a beginning. Dr. Anthony Holland at Novo Biotronics has developed technology that can destroy cancer cells using nothing but targeted frequencies. By finding the resonant frequency of specific cancer cells, he can literally vibrate them to death while leaving healthy cells completely unharmed. This isn't science fiction. This is the rediscovery of principles that were once common knowledge. And here's the most incredible part. You already have access to the most sophisticated frequency-generating technology ever created. It's called your emotional body. For too long, we've treated emotions as inconvenient psychological events, things to be managed, suppressed, or medicated. But emotions are frequencies. They're your body's way of broadcasting specific vibrational signatures into the quantum field. Researchers have measured the electromagnetic field generated by the human heart. When you feel genuine appreciation, compassion, or love, your heart generates a coherent electromagnetic field that can be detected up to 3 feet away from your body. This field is so powerful, it can actually influence the heart rhythms of other people nearby. But when you're locked in fear, anger, or frustration, your heart's electromagnetic field becomes chaotic and incoherent. You're literally broadcasting discord into the quantum field, and the universe responds accordingly. Think about this. Every cell in your body is constantly vibrating. Your DNA, your organs, your nervous system, they're all resonating at specific frequencies. When you consciously generate elevated emotions, you're tuning your entire body to a higher frequency. You become a living transmitter of coherence. The ancient Sufi mystics understood this perfectly. They taught that the human heart is like a mirror. When it's clouded with lower emotions, it distorts reality. When it's polished with love and gratitude, it reflects the divine light that's always been there. But here's where most people get stuck. They think they need to change their circumstances to feel better. They're trying to tune the radio by arguing with the broadcast. The secret is infinitely more elegant. You change the station by changing your frequency. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you wake up tomorrow morning already feeling frustrated about the day ahead. You're vibrating at roughly 150 hertz, the frequency of irritation. What happens? You hit every red light on the way to work. Your coffee spills, your computer crashes, your colleague makes that comment that always annoys you. You think it's bad luck, but it's not luck at all. It's resonance. You're magnetically attracting experiences that match your vibrational signature. Now imagine a different scenario. You wake up tomorrow and before you even get out of bed, you spend 5 minutes flooding your body with genuine gratitude. You remember a moment of pure joy from your past and let that feeling saturate every cell. You've just shifted your frequency to over 500 hertz, the range of appreciation and love. What happens to your day? The solutions start appearing. The perfect parking spot opens up. A stranger offers you exactly the help you need. An opportunity you've been waiting for suddenly materializes. You think it's coincidence, but it's not coincidence, it's resonance. You're magnetically attracting experiences that match your vibrational signature. This is what the mystics meant when they said, as above, so below. The macrocosm reflects the microcosm. Your internal frequency creates your external reality. But let me be clear about something crucial. This isn't about ignoring real problems or pretending everything is perfect. That's spiritual bypassing, and it's dangerous. True frequency work means addressing injustice, suffering, and systemic problems from a place of empowered love rather than disempowered fear. When you operate from the frequency of compassion, you become a force for healing in the world. When you operate from the frequency of victimhood, you become part of the problem you're trying to solve. The ancient Chinese understood this through the concept of Wu Wei, effortless action. When you're aligned with your true frequency, right action flows naturally. You don't have to force outcomes. You become a conduit for the universe's inherent intelligence to express itself. This is the true meaning of what some call the God frequency. It's not a specific number on a dial. It's the frequency of your soul when it's aligned with its original purpose. It's the frequency of creation itself flowing through you as a unique instrument in the cosmic orchestra. But how do you access this frequency? How do you remember the song you were born to sing? The answer is simpler than you think it is, but it requires a fundamental shift in how you understand yourself. You're not a human being having a spiritual experience. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. Your body isn't a prison for your soul. It's a precision instrument designed to translate consciousness into form. Every morning before you engage with the world, you have a choice. You can wake up and immediately tune into the frequency of the day's problems, the news, the emails, the endless stream of demands on your attention. Or you can wake up and consciously tune into the frequency of your highest self. The practice is deceptively simple. Find a quiet moment, close your eyes, place your hand on your heart, and ask yourself, what would love do now? What would joy feel like in my body? What would freedom express itself as? Then instead of thinking about these questions, feel into them. Let your body become a resonating chamber for these elevated frequencies. This isn't visualization, it's embodiment. You're literally tuning your biological instrument to the frequency of your divinity. And here's what happens when you do this consistently. Your life begins to reorganize itself around this new frequency. The people who resonate with your elevated state are drawn to you. Opportunities that match your higher vibration start appearing. Problems that only existed at the lower frequency begin to dissolve. You're not trying to manifest anything, you're simply expressing your true nature, and the universe responds to that by reflecting that truth back to you in increasingly beautiful ways. This is the secret that was hidden from you. This is the technology that could transform not just your life, but the entire trajectory of human civilization. We're not meant to be slaves to circumstance. We're meant to be conscious creators, sovereign beings capable of participating in the ongoing creation of reality itself. The frequency of your divinity is calling. It's been calling your whole life. It's that hum you feel in the silence. It's the song your soul remembers even when your mind has forgotten. The only question is, are you ready to remember who you really are? Are you ready to tune back into the frequency of your own magnificence? The symphony of your sovereignty is about to begin.